Hey folks, it's Pat Beliveau here. How y'all doing? I bet you thought I fell off the planet. Well, it's been a while since I've said anything or done anything here. So I thought, maybe I should get back on here and at least update you on what's been going on. Ever since things kind of loosened as far as COVID is concerned. Now it seems like that may have been in its way that it was done here in the province of Alberta, here in Canada, probably not done the best way because our numbers are back up again. But anyway, interestingly enough, when things started to loosen up, the phone started to ring, and I've been involved in some really interesting things over the past number of weeks. And I haven't been on here to update you, so I'm just coming on here to update you and let you know that I'm still alive, because some of you might have doubted my existence. I'm still here, and I'm still breathing, imagine. So, yeah, there's a few things. This recording shouldn't be too long, but again, too, I just want to update you on some things and what's going on. And then, we'll get back to our regular scheduled programming, as it were, later on. But so just a few things to let you know that are happening. One of the non-gig stuff, there's one thing there's a couple things actually that I'll share with you. One is I almost have a new website up and running. Now, my website address is www.belltones.ca. Now, the one right there, the one that's on there now, needs to be brought up into 2021. And that's exactly what's happening. I've had that site for a long time. It's nothing, it's all informational, and that's it. There's no bells and whistles. There's not even any photos, and things like that. And, it was time to bring that up into into 2021 and update things. So, not exactly sure when the release date of it is going to be, but I'll let you know. Please stop by in for a visit and take a look around. And the other thing, interestingly enough, is I have become the voice host for a radio show based in Sydney, Australia, on what I'm told is Australia's #1 online radio station, Radio.Sydney. And it's on the weekends. It's from 6 to 10 a.m. and 6 to 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And it's called The Single Show. And it's very, very new. So that has started. And I do... Now, just let's be clear. I do not program the music. The radio station is halfway around the world from where I am right now. So that would be very difficult. But I'm the voice host. And I do the station IDs and show IDs and all that stuff, and talk about the show and the app and the radio station and blah, blah, blah. So that happened. That kind of came out of nowhere. But interestingly enough with that, and this is kind of new news, the format of that, it's singles, all kinds of genres. It's not specific to anything, but what we're looking at doing now is changing the format to fit more a jazz, funk, and blues format, which is totally in my wheelhouse, and I'm happy to do that. So I don't know exactly when the transition is going to be full on taking place and all that stuff, but that's in the works now too. So I thought that was quite cool, and I'm enjoying doing that. And I don't know. I guess it depends where you are, what time of day that's going to be. I know for me, I think there's 16 hours ahead of me. So can you imagine if I was trying to program the actual show 16 hours behind when the show's supposed to go and all that? That what could possibly go wrong, right? Well, anyway. So a couple other things. Now, this is more gig related. I actually, not long after COVID lifted, I ended up being part of a video that was shot here in Calgary at what's called the National Music Center. and it's a great building, and it focuses on Albertan Canadian, just music in general, and it's sponsored by one of our telecom companies, Bell, and it totally focuses on music, and it's a wonderful thing. And this video, it was a big band run by or led by a trumpet player, virtuoso type guy named Jens Lindemann, who used to be with the Canadian Brass for a while. He's actually on faculty at UCLA, the University of California, Los Angeles. He's the trumpet teacher there. Originally from Edmonton, which is about 3 hours drive north of me. And we shot a video because it was an anniversary of George Gershwin's passing. And also, Rhapsody in Blue became public domain, apparently. So, in 1999, I believe it was, Steinway made 26 pianos that were called Rhapsody in Blue pianos. Only 26 of them, and National Music Center happens to have one. So we did this video, professionally done, and there's a brilliant composer, arranger living in the U.S. who's also a wonderful guy, and he lives in Las Vegas, as a matter of fact, originally from L.A., and he's a Samoan chief, and his name is Matt Kattengoob. Though some of you listening may have played some of his arrangements or compositions. And Matt, along with another composer, arranger from Edmonton named Alan Gilliland, who is on faculty at Grant MacEwan University in Edmonton, did a big band version of Rhapsody in Blue. And we recorded that. It's about 18 minutes long, as you can well imagine. And this is September 10th, I'm actually performing that tomorrow afternoon in Calgary at the Ironwood stage. And with a big band of my Calgary cohorts. And I'm looking forward to that. It's quite a cool piece and quite a cool arrangement. I've done some Rhapsody in Blue before. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was lucky enough to be involved with the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra playing some Gershwin with Herbie Hancock when he was here years ago. And I believe we did Rhapsody in Blue then too. And he, of course, just nailed it. Yeah, Herbie's really coming along, as you can well imagine. That's a little joke we have. Yeah, he's going to be something someday, Anyway, I digress. But anyway, yeah, so that was kind of neat. I don't know when that's going to be broadcast or on what yet. So that's kind of a work in progress, I guess. So that was kind of cool. And the other thing was, just before, I was out of town for a few weeks too, probably 10, 12 days, almost 2 weeks. And just before I left, I was involved, and it was a privilege to be involved with these guys, with a group that was dubbed the Alberta Jazz All-Stars. We played a concert at the Jack Singer Concert Hall here in Calgary, which is where our symphony plays, and it's about an 1,800-seat hall. And all you Alberta folks that are jazzers and know these might know these names. We had P.J. Perry on lead alto. We had Jim Brennan on tenor, and I played bari sax. Bob Tilsley on trumpet, and Al Muirhead on trumpet. Audrey Ochoa on the trombone. Dave Lang, who's originally from Montreal but has moved out to Edmonton to teach drums at Grant MacEwan University, obviously on drums. Cody Hutchinson on the bass, and Chris Andrew on the piano. And we also had a vocalist by the name of Mallory Chipman, who is the granddaughter of the great Alberta and Canadian pianist, bandleader, and basically kind of a quasi-jazz legend in Canada, Tommy Banks. I had the extreme privilege of being able to work with Tom. I've been adjudicated by Tommy in my junior high and high school days. And then I was able to actually share the stage with him a good handful of times. And he's one of the most professional and just all around great musicians and just people in general. He's such a great person. He unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but it was. I'm really glad that I was able to get a chance to be on stage with Tommy. He was fantastic. fantastic guy and just a killer piano player and musician, composer, arranger, all that stuff. So that happened too. Yes. And while that was going on, if you go on, if you're on my YouTube now, if you look around my YouTube, you'll see a single that I released. Was it? No, it was not a year ago yet, I don't believe. February, I released it, I think, something like that, called Lakeview Drive. The story behind that is from 1975 to 2007. Lakeview Drive was the road that my family, in many different incarnations, lived on. I grew up there. When I moved in there in 1975, on the very last house of Lakeview Drive in 66th Avenue here in Calgary, I was 8 years old. Yes, so I was a young lad when I moved in there and lived there all through half my elementary school, junior high, high school, and university. So I dedicated the song to the street that I lived on and my family lived on. And interestingly enough, and I am tickled that this has happened, it has been nominated for Jazz Recording of the Year for the YYC Music Awards. YYC is our airport designation for Calgary. Like YYZ is Toronto, YYC is Calgary, ORD is Chicago O'Hare, LAX is Los Angeles, etc., etc. JFK is John F. Kennedy in New York. So YYC is our airport designation, our city designation, as far as that's concerned. So yeah, so the YYC Music Awards, which will happen on Sunday the 26th of September. And right now it's the 10th, so we still have 16 days before that happens. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to catch up on. I'm not sure that I'll probably, after I shut this off, I'll probably start cursing and swearing because I will have forgotten something. I know I will have. So I've also done some sessions of other people's as a sideman. I'm hoping to go into the studio again in the next month or two and record some more stuff. We'll see how that goes. There's always something going on. So, of course, I'll keep you all updated on that. And the other thing I wanted to ask you, too, is if you have any suggestions for maybe some upcoming things to discuss, some topics, some things you want me to talk about, anything like that, even somebody who you think I should interview. Of course, it's accessible, that is, right? That I don't have to go through like 5 levels of management and have to do the hokey pokey and turn myself around. If it's somebody that I can easily get in touch with and maybe contact them and see if they're into it, I'd be totally fine with that. I'm always thinking about what the next thing to do. So I do have some ideas in my head, but I'm also interested in what you guys think. So let me know if you've got some suggestions of specific things. Also, too, keep in mind when I do these things, like today, as with all my other recording, everything where it's me interviewing somebody or me talking like this, I never, ever use a script. This is all unscripted, off the top of my head, and just done that way. And that's why I'm afraid that I might have forgot something. But anyway, that's kind of how I roll. So anyway, give that some thought, and you can leave a comment here, or you can email me. And I have an email tied to my YouTube channel and I check email kind of like a freak. I have a lot of email accounts, but the one that I would want you to send any suggestions to is youtube@belltones.ca, YOUTUBE @belltones, BELLTONES.ca. Okay? Yes, so please, any suggestions or comments or thoughts or anything like that, please let them fly. Keep it nice, because don't forget, I also have the power of the delete button, and I'm not afraid to use it. So anyway, I think that's about it. Thank you for tuning in and listening to my babbling here, and I'll keep you posted on any other developments, and then other topics coming up. Well, I'll just get on here and get her done. Okay? Hope you all are doing well. I hope COVID has not come anywhere near you, and I hope we'll get through all this craziness sooner than later. Okay, take care, everyone. And bye for now.